everybody. Welcome back on this lovely Thursday. How's everybody doing? Good to see you all. Very ready for New Year's last day of 2020. Bye-bye. It's all over. It's gone. Hopefully everybody's ready and excited to get rid of and wash this thing out. This has been a disaster year. Everybody's how you doing? Good to see you all. Happy New Year, everybody. Okay, just want to check everybody can hear loud and clear in the cyber group room. There we go. All right. I had the mic off on that one. All right. Well, hopefully everybody's excited for our last day of 2020. We're having a nice little rally in a couple of stocks right here to really take us to the, to kind of finish off the year. HOTH. Look at this thing. At 8 o'clock this morning, $1.60, all the way to $3. How awesome is that? But I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year. I'm glad that everyone is obviously probably looking forward as much as I do. But you know what? I hope we have the same type of volatility we had in 2020 like we have in this year without all the chaos. That hopefully doesn't happen. But anyway, we're going to talk about a couple of stocks. We're going to talk about a couple of things that are moving that we traded yesterday. Yesterday, I'll tell you, I did a phase 3 class. There was a couple of stocks I made some, we had some good moves. But yesterday afternoon, we had a great runner. And it was just awesome how the stock, we saw an iceberg order out there. It did a shake. I showed you how to average up when a stock is like teeter-totting there. So if you're a gold and platinum student and you didn't make it yesterday, watch the last 15 minutes of phase 3 yesterday. I think you're going to be very, very impressed on that. It was it was such a boring class. There was nothing going on, but that last 15 minutes was pretty awesome. But today is our final day. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are not looking to go crazy in the stock market. What's the Dow? The Dow is only down 8 points. What the hell is that? That means that nobody wants to do anything overall in the market. But there are stocks that did have to come out with news that are doing pretty well, like the HOTH. But before we go out there and start talking about some of the stocks that we're going to watch, let's talk about what happened yesterday. And for some of you that missed out, maybe just watching now on YouTube, maybe say, okay, what do you guys trade? So let's go out there and talk about some of the stocks that we traded yesterday. Now, NEAT, let me just change the chart here so you guys see a little bit better. So NETE was a really pretty cool stock. It ran from $14 to $19. And, I don't know about you, but I found out a lot of stocks yesterday were kind of like lazy in the first 30 minutes of the open. And all of a sudden, things started picking up little by little. I thought it was more of a nickels and dimes day. That's basically what we traded. And in the cyber group in class, I just showed everyone I'm not being greedy. I'm cocky. I just made my day's pay, and that was it. So we did pretty well on as in points wise. But overall, things started picking up around like 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock. You could see like this one, how it just went from 14 at 10. It was at 11 o'clock. It ran from 14 to 19. That one was pretty cool. NXTD's another one that we traded yesterday, had a really nice move. Once again, right around 12 o'clock, it ran from $1.40 to $1.90. That one did pretty well. And FCell, bring that one again. That one just made a last-minute run. The stock is really volatile. Be very careful. We've been trading the stock. It was at $2, ran to 11. But FCell obviously doing pretty well. And we're not going to be trading this, but Tesla at 700. Can you believe this thing? This thing was at $400 in the beginning of November. I did the stock splits and everything else. It's just an animal. It is just an absolute animal. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's what we traded yesterday. Wasn't a great day. There were a couple of good moving stocks. But overall, let's start talking about what's happening to what to expect for today. So let me change my time frame here and make things a little bit easier to read. So there are a couple of stocks. So we know about the HOTH, okay? So HOTH, that one's on the watch list. But now just to kind of let you guys know that there are 3 ways how we view the orders. Now, yesterday I did a very good detailed class on our PowerPoints on how to find level 3, level 4, how important it is to follow the orders. So maybe some of you, if you want to see it, you can just like us on the bottom. If you're on Facebook and YouTube Live, just look for that event. We do it every week, or just register for a free event so at least I can answer your questions in great detail. But for you students in the cyber group room, here on the right-hand side, we're looking at level 3. The stock is an algo stock, okay? So there's a lot of orders, a lot of trading going on. Just be very careful, but I do like it. It's hovering at the highs. I want to see what's going to go on at the open. But we're going to wait the first 5 minutes when that happens. But this stock obviously is on the A list. AINC, another one popped up on my radar. Stock's up 36%, 2 million shares already traded. Not a real algo stock. You can see on the right-hand side, but it is starting to trend up a little bit. It's probably in a category 3 right now from where I'm seeing the tier sizes on the level 2. You got to remember, for you to buy a stock, you got to make sure that you can even get it. And I don't look at getting it, I look about getting out, because you don't make any money until you sell it. So remember, you got to keep an eye on the spread. So you want to be focused on that. So probably it's even a category 3. CAN, CAN, up 16%. Got a little bit better of some iceberg orders over here on the right-hand side. You could see right here, you got some big block orders over here. So not as much over here. So stock looks pretty strong. Looks like it's why it's holding right here pretty strong because of those big buyers, 5,000. You got a nice little 34,000 share buyer right here. We see you. We don't see you out there. All right, so that looks like why it's kind of holding right at that major support levels right around 5. So if it does break it, how do we know? We look over here. We follow time and sales. We read the tape. Guy gets executed. It's going to break lower, but it's holding pretty strong here. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to put it on the watch list. HUSN is another one that's moving pretty nicely. Stock's up 15%. It's not up a lot, but it is a penny stock, so it always goes on the B list. All right. Bingo. Bingo's moving again, guys. So Bingo this stock has just been unbelievable. Very volatile. It's been a fun stock. We've been trading it, and you got to be careful. Nickels and dimes, all it is algorithm. Look at the stock. It traded 23 million shares. We're at the last day of the year. Who wants to trade a stock, that many shares in pre-market? Market's not even open, for crying out loud. But it's like the HOTH. Stock traded 25 million shares. These are the biggest percentage gainer. The biggest volume leaders in the actual market in general. So you can see that everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon of trading them. So just be careful. Here, what we try to teach you at Cyber Trade University is don't get sold on these things. They tank. Just take the money and run. Always take the money and run. You got a nice order, take it and just run it. AINC is another stock that looked a little interesting. It's up about 58%, 2.3 million shares traded. Tier sizes, I'm not too crazy on level 3. I'm not seeing that many orders out there. I'm not seeing the iceberg orders out there. If I go on my level 4, I could see some of it. There's a big buyer out there at 850. You could see how it's kind of holding there pretty strong. But if it does break it, obviously it's going to go lower. But, listen, some of these stocks start on a B list. They always pop on the A list, which I always say. GRNO, another one that's on our watch list. Did I spell it right? GRNO? No, I spelled it wrong. Which one was it? GRNQ. I'm sorry. GRNQ. There we go. So this one, you can't confuse it. Can't blame you. No, Q, I forgot to put the line in there. So Q, obviously, you can see this one it's up 10%, 5 million shares. This is a little bit of a slower stock. If you're a beginner and you're like a deer in the headlights, this might be up your alley. It's not a terrible stock. That one's not that bad for beginners. EBON, I found also that's in the big percentage gainers, but she's starting to trend down, So I'm seeing these orders get executed on the bid. This is the one I brought up earlier. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how this one goes. I can still see that guy out there for 26,000 shares. All right. So that's about it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks on our watch list. Some of them did pretty well in pre-market. Some of them obviously have not made their big moves yet. We'll see how it opens up. Let me just bring up the HOTH. Now, what do I got right here? Now, is there anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anybody see anything that I did not see? Anything else? No? Anybody on YouTube, Facebook, anyone out there? All right. So listen, it's New Year's Eve. Don't get crazy, okay? Don't go wild. I know, audience, I know we're all here. I'm actually shocked how many of you showed up today. I would think people be on vacation, but who's going on vacation? We're quarantined, right? But listen, make your days pay. Don't try to get cocky. Don't get greedy on a day like today. This is what we used to do. This is how we were trained as market makers back in the old day. You don't want to blow up and leave on a bad sour note in your mouth, going into the last day of the year. You know what I mean? So let's kind of like benefit from it and just try to make what we can make out of it. And, just come back here fresh on Monday. All right. So with that said, I just like to tell everybody from my staff here at CTU and myself, I wish everybody a happy new year, and I look forward for a better and a new future of 2021. And the best thing about it is that one thing that we always think about when it comes to a new year, we get to start all over again. So here's your opportunity. If you guys want to get into trading, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, if you watch RFEC students, you already know this. Time to start a new career. Maybe this is what it's all about. So let's go out there and try to benefit and look forward to the new year, right? Good luck, everyone. Happy, healthy new year, and be safe.